bring Jefferson Graham up next. And Jefferson Graham's a phenomenal guy. And, if you don't know, this is big time, folks. This is big time because he is a contributor and works at USA Today. So this is going to be great. And Jefferson, I'm going to bring him up on the broadcast, and he's going to be speaking to us today. And let's bring up Jefferson Graham.
Okay. Hey, am I there? Hey, everybody. Hi. Hi, Jeff. Okay. So hi. Here we are. I am in a motel room in Providence, Rhode Island right now. And I wanted to be sure to check in and say happy birthday to everybody at BeLive TV. My wife is in the background, and she is just getting ready to go downstairs for breakfast. I am happy to take any questions from the crowd. Jeff, why don't you join us and ask me a question or two to get this thing started? Okay. Yeah, okay, this is good. We have two Jeffs on a Monday, October 16th. What do you think of that?
That's awesome.
Okay.
I mean, come on. What better for a birthday celebration? I mean, this is fantastic. So, thank you for joining us today on the birthday bash. I mean, this is a real treat, and a lot of cool things happen at BeLive.tv.
I want to check out the selfie LED light, which you're giving away. That sounds like a really cool thing to be trying out.
It really is. I have one. Actually, Kim Garst, who's going to be here a little bit later, I did this Social Boom conference, and she gave them away to all the speakers, and it's a really cool thing. It just like attaches on there. It recharges with a USB stick. You turn it on, and if you're mobile, you're in a weird place, it just lights you up perfectly. It's fantastic.
As you know, Jeff, many people think you don't need lighting for photography, but boy, do you, right?
You do. Yeah.
And I was just in one of those awful rooms at the Marriott the other night at a party. Everything was yellow until we pulled out the LED light, and magic, everything got way better. So I'm in Providence, Rhode Island. Jeff, where are you today?
I am in Flow Rider in the house. Flow Rider's in the house.
Right. Where in Florida?
I'm in between Tampa and Orlando, a place called Lakeland. And yeah, so I'm really close to Tampa. I'm about 35 minutes from Orlando. No
hurricane issues for you?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, well, that's very good. Well, Rhode Island's been great. Hey, Monique, how you doing? I've been testing out the Canon 6D Mark II camera this week, and I just did a whole bunch of shots up in Maine that I invite anybody to go take a look at if they were interested in what the Canon 6D camera is all about. Go to my website, jeffersongraham.net, go to the blog section, look for Maine, and you can see the gallery of images. I've got a question here. How do you foresee the use of these tools in the future of journalism? That comes from Nazim. Well, I think it's a pretty cool way to reach out to real people, don't you, Jeff?
Absolutely. I think, we're just hitting the surface of what you can possibly do. And here's an interesting, all right, I got a question for you, because you're definitely in media. How do you, when you're remote with technology such like BeLive.tv, how's this, initially helped you to be a better reporter in your field and what you do? I mean, you can actually with BeLive.tv, you can actually do breaking news yourselves now. How's that worked out for you?
It's worked out great. I think it's a great way to reach out to the public who view what you do and who read what you do, and to get real-time reality checks, because I'm in my bubble out on the West Coast, and the people I work with, in San Francisco, they all talk the same language. They all talk to each other, and you would think that everybody's ready to camp out for the iPhone 10, and they're gonna, they'll pay whatever, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, whatever it costs. They have to have that phone. But when you can actually talk to the public, often you get a different point of view.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal to me that we have the ability within seconds still that we can, anybody can break news. And tell us, some of the people that don't know, you have your blog, and and tell us what it's like writing for a huge organization like USA Today. What is that like for inspiring writers?
What is it like? Gosh, it's great. I mean, you wake up every day and you not sure what you'll be doing, and something different every day. I follow my interests. My interests are, technology, gadgets, photography. That's what I get to do every day. I get to podcast and make videos and write articles. Irene asked a question. She wants to know, let's show it, right? Let's show her. Oh, I think somebody's already showing it. The one gadget that I couldn't live without. Well, I think it's the same gadget that nobody else could live without. Yeah. Right? Can you imagine going back to life without a smartphone?
I can't even imagine.
No, it'd be impossible. I was talking with a friend yesterday. He got married 15 years ago, and we were looking back at, how has life changed in the last 15 years dramatically. And that's the one thing. It's the 24/7, always on, always find an answer. I'm in Providence. I had to go to FedEx and Target this morning before we got together here. And it showed me the way. It showed me the way really easily, turn-by-turn directions. Remember GPS units that you would have in your car and how temperamental they were?
Oh my gosh. It was like carrying, you have all this luggage, you get out of the airport, you have all this luggage, you're carrying it out, and then you go get your rent-a-car, and then you got to get a GPS, those things had to weigh at least 5 pounds each. It was just nonsense. It was just absolutely nonsense. You have all these bags, and you put the other bag, because they give you this, it was a huge, massive bag. It was eons ago. We're dinosaurs now. No, it's actually a couple of years ago, actually. It's crazy how technology gets so, revved up and fast, and now we have it in the palm of our hand.
I didn't mind the weight so much. I minded the specifics. If you said I'm going to Target, they want to know the exact address. They wanted to know the zip code. I mean, and I didn't know it. Now I just typed in Target, and it took me there.
It's absolutely crazy. And and to think. I mean, and let me ask you this with technology. You're a technology guru. Where do you really see, with technology moving so fast and where we're going? Where do you really see this? Because how smaller do you think we're going to get with technology, with our phones? Do you see it, in being implanted? Where do you see this going, which could initially happen in the next 5 years?
Well, one theory was that smartphones only had another 10 years to go, 10 to 5 years, and I don't agree. I disagree with it. That theory is that the function of the smartphone will move to your glasses, or to something that's embedded in your body. And I just don't see it. I think people like having the screens. And I don't think they want to wear glasses. You like to wear glasses. But for those of us who don't wear glasses,
yeah,
I don't think we're going to, and they say, well, you're not going to talk on the phone anymore. And, if I want to text to you, Jeff, I will just go like this, and I'll move and I'll be doing movements and all sorts of stuff. I think it's going to be later than sooner.
You think? Do you think it's a generational thing? Because I've learned, in the past too, to just turn things off, because I have to recharge, and that's also a great question for you when you're a technology guy. How do you recharge? So you can be effective at what you're doing, because sometimes we always have these devices in our faces. So how do you recharge to make sure you're doing the best job you can possibly do as a reporter?
I don't think I need to recharge. I get up at 5 a.m. every day, and I'm just excited that another day is here, and I can't wait to go out there. As long as I've got a camera by my hand, I'm a happy guy.
That's awesome. It's very awesome. Yeah, so with technology, but back to the implants thing, I don't really say it. I think that could be a generational thing. For us, I don't think I would want something attached into my body or my glasses, for that matter. And I think probably within time, the younger generation will be so used to it. It's just like with social media, we have a whole generation that grew up on that now, and so that's why Snapchat has done so well for the younger demographic early on, because that's what they know. And I was talking to my stepdaughter, about her boyfriend. I said, "How'd you meet your boyfriend?" She goes, "I met him on social media." And I think it's just a common thing now that social media is such a huge part of everybody's life, and the technology behind it with your phones. It's just the communication is phenomenal with it.
Oh, that's true. And I'm not discounting social media. I just don't think that the phone is going away, because I think that people like looking at things. I think they like typing. Now, at the beginning of the year, they said that everything was moving to voice computing. Okay, so the biggest trend of the year is Alexa, Google Assistant, Siri. How often are you talking to Siri, Jeff?
Not much, because I got to be honest. I'm a big Apple guy, but Siri gets on my nerves because she never gives me the information that I need. I say, "Hey Siri," and and sorry, I do not have that information. And then I start saying a couple choice words, and it corrects me on my bad language, but doesn't give me the information I need.
I actually think Siri is better than most people think. The problem with Siri is the expectations. And if you have a modest expectations for Siri and ask her to tell you the weather, how to get somewhere, what time it is, how to spell a word, very simple things, Siri is very good at that. It's when it goes out of its comfort zone that it's a problem. But the trend for we were going to be talking to our computers more, talking to our phones more instead of inputting and using our fingers. Don't see it happening real fast. Now, of course, Alexa is a smash hit. The Amazon Echo is a smash hit, and people love it in small doses. Yeah, I'm going to do a piece when I get home on how to put together a smartphone, a smart home, and all of the various pieces, and just how tough is it, and then living with the smart home. So that'll be kind of fun to tackle.
You have a question here. When you broadcast, he's asking, what do you say after a show like me and Steve Haywood says, keep it buzzing? Do you say anything after your show when you broadcast? Any taglines that you always say in your blogs or your live streams?
It would be to check out our website, right? And check. Yeah.
Good morning to you guys. We got the two Jeffs on. We got the all-star Jefferson Graham, and Jefferson did a huge article about live streaming. I think it was a couple months ago, and you featured us in USA Today, which was phenomenal. You went through different platforms, and it was a very, very interesting read, because if you don't know about live streaming, BeLive.tv is a phenomenal tool that you can use to make your own Facebook Live broadcast. And Jefferson, how's BeLive kind of impacted the way you use news media today as far as getting information? So, obviously, when you're thinking about writing something, do you kind of hash it out with the live stream first, or do you write it first, or how do you do that? How's your creative process when you have some information for people?
Well, I'm usually doing articles and podcasts and video. Often it's podcast first because I do a daily podcast. So I actually recorded my podcast today before we went live. So that's usually the first thing I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, when I'm doing an in-depth article and looking to get voices from real people, going live is a great way to do that. That's
awesome. And if you guys can, please share the birthday bash celebration today at BeLive.tv. We're celebrating 1 year anniversary, and it's phenomenal. So if you can, please share the broadcast and get the word out. It's just an on-day party. Jefferson, I'm here till probably after 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sitting in this chair all the way to there, which is phenomenal for me because I love doing this so much. But make sure you guys invite your friends to the birthday.
Wait a minute. You said 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You will be sitting in that chair the entire day.
The entire day, and I absolutely. I love it. I love it. I mean, because this is what I do. I mean, when someone goes, "Oh, you got a 12, 13-hour day," I love it.
No bathroom break and no lunch break.
Well, I run and I run back. I don't know what I'm gonna do about eating. Hopefully, my stepdaughter brings me something to eat throughout the day, and Well,
it's always a good day to go on a diet, right?
Yeah, I could lose. I could lose a couple pounds, for sure. Some cool things to do today. Do you have any Archon mounts that you use for your broadcast?
You have any what?
Archon mounts?
No, tell me about them.
They're phenomenal. We're giving some stuff away today for the birthday bash, and I'm clicking through here. Let me get it here to the things. Yes, we're giving away mounts, which is phenomenal. They're for your phones, they're for your devices. So basically, we're giving an 11-inch tripod with iPhone holder mount, which is phenomenal. So if you're on the go, if you're even on a bike, you can mount it on your bike and put it on there and literally stream. I don't recommend driving a bike at the same time and doing that, but you have the mobility. If you're somewhere, you can strap it down and have a really stable image. So we're giving that away today. We're giving a live domains away. So, that's phenomenal if you're a live streamer. If you have, you stream out a live, it's great to have your own .live. So Jeff.live or Jefferson Graham.live or Jefferson.live. That's a really, really great tool to have too as a live streamer. We'll also, let me backtrack here. We also have the selfie, which you talked about that. That's a really cool thing that we are giving away today. But all you have to do to get some of these cool things is to hashtag BeLive turns 1 today. And basically all you have to do is tag a friend. So tag, if Jefferson Graham's your friend on Facebook, tag Jefferson Graham and hashtag, don't do that to Jefferson Graham. I'm just using this as an example. So tag Jefferson Graham and then hashtag BeLive turns 1. You can enter the contest today to win cool prizes and cool things. And it's a celebration, folks. It's a celebration. And guys, we really encourage you to share the broadcast today too. It's very, very important to get the birthday bash celebration out and about and doing these wonderful things here at BeLive.tv. Jefferson?
Well, since you have to talk all day long and nobody gets a chance to ask you a lot of questions, I'm going to ask you a few. How did you get started with BeLive.tv and doing live broadcasting?
Well, I started with live streaming out of frustrations, probably 10 years ago. And I was a creative person. I missed radio tremendously. So I found out about live streaming. I started live streaming. And, through that, I did online shows. I did a show called The Jeff Adams Show for a very long time. And with BeLive.tv, I saw this platform a year ago around this time. And I just started talking to them. And I said, hey, we should talk about doing, a weekly show and all this stuff. And it just kind of happened. And, a year later, we have, 5 staple shows on the BeLive.tv platform that everybody gets to watch every single week on BeLive.tv Facebook page. So it's really, really phenomenal. And I can tell you out of it, being a part of a lot of live stream communities in the past, this community is, I promise you, I will put them against any Facebook community in the world. This community is so loving and caring, and everybody's trying to help each other so much to learn what they need to learn about live streaming, from people from the beginning all the way to trying to get a better camera. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's been a phenomenal experience.
Okay, tell me about the equipment you're using. Are you going through a webcam, or are you going through a better camera?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's really simple with BeLive.tv. I'm just using a Logitech C920 here in the studio. I mean, I have a higher end studio here, but with like BeLive, I mean, you keep it simple. You can use other cameras, capture cards, but for me, using BeLive.tv, simplicity is the key when using this thing, because a lot of people are not technical. They don't know how to hook up a lot of things, and they just got to plug in and go. And the last thing they have to worry about is updating some, capture card, or, they're bringing a higher end camera. You can do that, but I just recommend people that are not tech heads, they just use what they have and use it to the best of their ability and make a great broadcast.
Okay, I'm using a really crappy webcam on my MacBook Pro today, so I apologize that it doesn't look as good as yours.
Oh, no, no worries, no apologies.
When I get home, I have a better webcam, but unfortunately, I'm not there.
So also, if you're watching right now too, in the chat, where are you guys watching from? Which is really cool. This is the cool thing about live streaming, that we have the ability to, everybody can watch around the world at different times. Like right now, it's a 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the East Coast. And that's the beauty of it. It's different times across the world. What is it? 7 or 6 where you're at, Jefferson?
No, I'm on the East Coast as well.
Okay, I thought you were West Coast. I thought you were West Coast.
I am on the West Coast, but today I'm on the East Coast.
All right, we have Fort Collins, Colorado. They're from. We've got Adam from Houston. Joseph is from Lakeland. What is up? We're in the same city. What?
Wade is from Lakeland too.
What's that?
Wade is from Lakeland also.
Yes, Father Wade. He's an amazing man. We have California. We've got Chicago. Wade's in Lakeland. I love Wade. Wade does such positive live streams, always praying for people on Facebook, and that is phenomenal. Fort Collins, Colorado, and the list keeps going. We got Washington in the house. And oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy right here, the CEO of BeLive.tv. Good, and they're from Israel. That is the mothership where BeLive.tv all happens. And what a phenomenal story they're going to be sharing later on today. I think at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, the team of BeLive is going to come on and do a Facebook broadcast. You don't want to miss that. You're going to hear a lot of great information from them, and it's an exciting time for them. So congratulations to the BeLive.tv team. Phenomenal year, and it's only going to get bigger and better.
Well, Daniel, what question do you have for both of us? Daniel Mayer is here, and he's live, and he's watching us in Israel. Let's answer a question for him.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Well, we'll wait for his question. We'll keep it going. We'll see what Daniel gives us. But yes, she says, I love the BeLive logo. Yes, the twirling logo today is really cool. Also, guys, too. Also, don't forget this too. I want someone type in boom right now. Someone type in congrats. Someone type in birthday right now. Someone type in BeLive. Someone type in OMG right now and see what happens on the broadcast. So many cool little toys. I keep saying it's like when you went to a birthday party, Jefferson, is you go to these birthday parties, you go there, you buy someone a gift, but you leave out with a goodie bag. And right now there's such goodie bags. There's so much fun that you can do in this interactive broadcast. The fireworks, pop up. I mean, so many cool little things going on that the BeLive.tv team has put together for this broadcast today. And it is phenomenal, and it's so much fun. It makes the broadcast so much fun. You see these people typing in right now, BeLive, congrats, birthday, BeLive. John says the broadcast has died in the UK. Did it die in the UK? I'm not sure if it died in the UK. We have to look into that. Team look into that. I'm not sure why it would die in the UK. Congrats. So did Daniel have us a question? Daniel, do you have a question for us, Daniel?
I have a question for Daniel.
Okay. Let's see if Daniel answers in the chat right now.
Okay, here's the question for Daniel. Okay, ready for the question?
Yes.
Okay. I think I have the #1 request from users. When can we go live on mobile? What do you think?
Let's see.
Daniel Mayer, what was the first live platform you were using? Is there anything you think is still missing in the live platforms? Well, what's missing is the ability to go live on. Did I freeze?
Yeah, you froze for a minute. You're back. You're back now.
Okay, I want to go live on here. That's my #1 request. The first live platform I tried out was BeLive, and which is a great platform, as you know. And look at all the response from people today.
It's phenomenal. I let Daniel answer that, but the cool thing about that is the cool, beautiful thing about BeLive.tv, which I've always admired them for, is like they listen to the people that are using their platform. And it's not like they go, hey, that's not our thing. They listen to make the platform better. So, I can't really speak for Daniel, but I can tell you when people request things, they get it done and it happens, And I would agree with that too. I've actually used that a couple times. I used it when I was hosting BeLive Weekly. I've actually used the mobile app. I think it was when the eclipse was going on. So I left the studio and tried to go out with the mobile app. But it would be cool to be able to have that access with the phone, creating a broadcast and going to broadcast live.
Well, because today I have the crappy webcam on the computer, but the camera on the phone is actually way better. So I would rather be using that.
Yeah, a lot of people are just so mobile today, and we, back to the technology. I think some people really, I tell you, because they're so used to the phone, a lot of people become computer illiterate these days. A lot of people just don't, I call myself PC illiterate half the time because I'm a Mac guy. I got 2 PCs in the studio here, but sometimes I'm so efficient on a Mac that I can move around quickly. But like PC stuff, I go, what? And they always change they change their operating system. I get really frustrated. But I mean, do you see a lot of people, you see a lot of computer illiteracy happening here because of the mobile device?
No, it's just that so many people are out and about with their mobile phone, and they just, again, for me today, it was that the phone camera is better than my computer camera from where I am.
Yes, and Daniel says you can. It was clarified that you can join as a guest from a mobile device. So if someone's hosting the show, you can come in Android, iOS to the broadcast, and you can bring a guest in. So that's such a beautiful tool. Like for people like yourself that are always on the go. If you're out and about and someone wants to bring you in a broadcast, you're at the airport. Don't always recommend it because it's loud. But if that's something you have to do, you have someone scheduled. You can always bring them remotely. They can use their phones, come in and say, hello, how's it going? Just make sure they're in a quiet area, because most of the time there's background noise that picks up and it's really loud. It won't make that great of a broadcast, but if you're in a pinch, you can always bring your guest in mobilely here at BeLive.tv.
Okay, we just can't host the show from right. And the only browser we can use is Chrome.
Right. Why
is that? What is it about the Chrome browser that makes it possible to do live that you couldn't do in Safari?
I don't know. I think it has something, and I might be wrong on this. So the team can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong about this. But I believe it's web RTCS, something with that. And from my understanding, Chrome is such more as a stable web browser. I know some other people have used Firefox for things with web RTCS. But as far as Safari, I don't know. I don't really know that answer, but I think it has something to do with web RTCS, but I'm not sure. Now I'm talking way over my head. But if the team wants to jump in and answer that question, they can definitely do that for sure.
All right, Jeff Adams, happy birthday to BeLive.tv. I look forward to doing this again with you next October.
Yes, awesome. Thanks for joining.
I've got to for the airport, flying home tonight. And again, happy birthday, and thanks for having me.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. Okay. There you go.